हेलो फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम बैक टू क्लासेस टू सुभजीत। सो फ्रेंड, आज इस वीडियो में आपके लिए लेके आया हूँ फास्ट इन इंडिया से 60 क्वेश्चन। तो और ये फ्रेंड, ये वीडियो से आपको कोई भी एग्जाम में हमेशा 5 से 10 क्वेश्चन पूछे जाते। तो फ्रेंड, वीडियो एंड तक देखे और चलो शुरू करते हैं। हु वाज द फर्स्ट प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया? द फर्स्ट प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ इंडिया कौन था? आंसर राजेंद्र प्रसाद। नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, हु वाज द फर्स्ट प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ इंडिया? The first Prime Minister of India? Answer Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Next question, who was the first President of Indian National Congress? The first President of Indian National Congress. Answer Homesh Chandra Banerjee. Next question, who was the first Muslim President of Indian National Congress? Who was the first Muslim President of Indian National Congress? Answer Badruddin Tayebji. Next question, who was the first Muslim President of India? Who was the first Muslim President of India? Answer Dr. Zakir Hussain. Next question, who was the first Indian to win Nobel Prize? Answer Rabindranath Tagore. Next question, who was the first governor of Bengal? Who was the first governor of Bengal? Answer Lord Clive. Next question, who was the first Governor General of Bengal? Who was the first Governor General of Bengal? Answer Warren Hastings. Next question, who was the first Governor General of India? Who was the first Governor General of India? Answer Lord William Bentinck. Next question, who was the first Viceroy of India? The first Viceroy of India. Answer Lord Canning. Next question, the first Governor General of Free India. The first Governor General of Free India. Answer Lord Mountbatten. Next question, the first Indian Governor General of Free India. The first Indian Governor General of Free India. Answer C. Rajagopalachari. Next question, who was the first Indian to join ICS? Who was the first Indian to join Indian Civil Service? Answer Satyendranath Tagore. Next question, the first man who introduced printing press in India. The first man who introduced printing press in India. Answer James Hickey. Next question, who was the first Indian to go into space? Who was the first Indian to go into space? Answer Rakesh Sharma. Next question, the first Prime Minister in India who resignated without completing the full term. The first Prime Minister of India who resignated with completing the full term. तो आंसर है मोरारजी देसाई. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, who was the first Indian Commander in Chief of India? Who was the first Indian Commander Chief in India? Answer General K.M. Cariappa. Next question, the first Chief of Army Staff was? The first Chief of Army Staff was? Answer General Maharaja Rajendra Singh. Next question, who was the first Indian member of the Viceroy Executive Council? Who was the first Indian member of the Viceroy Executive Council? Answer S.P. Sinha. Next question, the first President of India who died while in office. The first President of India who died while in office. तो आंसर डॉक्टर जाकिर हुसैन. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन, who was the first Field Marshal of India? Who was the first Field Marshal of India? Answer General S.F.J. Manekshaw. Next question, the first Indian to get Nobel Prize in Physics. The first Indian to get Nobel Prize in Physics. Answer C.V. Raman. Next question, who was the first Indian judge of the International Court of Justice? Who was the first Indian judge of the International Court of Justice? Answer Dr. Nagendra Singh. Next question, who was the first Indian to get Bharat Ratna Award? Who was the first Indian to get Bharat Ratna Award? Answer Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Next question, who was the first Indian to cross English Channel? Who was the first Indian to cross English Channel? Answer Mihir Sen. Next question, the first Indian to receive Gyanpith Award. The first Indian to receive Gyanpith Award. Answer Shankar Kurup. Next question. Who was the first president of Constituent Assembly? Who was the first president of Constituent Assembly? Answer Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Next question. Who was the first speaker of Lok Sabha? Who was the first speaker of Lok Sabha? Answer G.B. Mavlankar. Next question. Who was the first education minister of independent India? Who was the first education minister of independent India? Answer Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. Next question. Who was the first home minister of India? Who was the first home minister of India? Answer Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. Next question. Who was the first Indian to receive Paramveer Chakra? Who was the first Indian to receive Paramveer Chakra? Answer Major Samnath Sharma. Next question. Who was the first Indian to get Nobel Prize in Medical Science? Who was the first Indian to get Nobel Prize in Medical Science? Answer Dr. Hargobind Khurana. Next question. Who was the first Vice President of India? Who was the first Vice President of India? Answer Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Next question. Who was the first National Security Advisor of India? Who was the first National Security Advisor of India? Answer Brajesh Mishra. Next question. Who was the first Chinese to visit India? Who was the first Chinese to visit India? Answer Fa Hien. Next question. Who was the first Chinese to visit India? Who was the first Chinese to visit India? Answer Fa Hien. Next question. Who was the first Indian to win Stalin Award? Who was the first Indian to win Stalin Award? Answer Saifuddin Kichlu. Next question. Who was the first Indian to win Magsaysay Award? Who was the first Indian to win Magsaysay Award? Answer Acharya Vinoba Bhave. Next question. Who was the first Indian to resign from Union Cabinet? Who was the first Indian to resign from the Union Cabinet? Answer Shyam Prasad Mukherjee. Next question. Who was the first Indian Election Commissioner? Who was the first Indian Election Commissioner? Answer Sukumar Sen. Next question. Who was the first Chief Justice of India? Who was the first Chief Justice of India? Answer Justice Hiralal Jaikaniya. Next question. Who was the first Indian to climb Mount Everest without oxygen cylinder? Who was the first Indian to climb Mount Everest without oxygen cylinder? Answer Sherpa Phu Dorji. Next question. Who was the first foreigner to visit India? Who was the first foreigner to visit India? Answer Mengastin. Next question. Who was the first foreigner recipient of Bharat Ratna? Who was the first foreigner recipient of Bharat Ratna? Answer Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan. Next question. Who was the first Indian pilot? Who was the first Indian pilot? Answer J.R.D. Tata. Next question. Who was the first Indian to win Nobel Prize in Economics? Who was the first Indian to win Nobel Prize in Economics? Answer Dr. Amartya Sen. Next question. Who was the first Indian to reach Antarctica? Who was the first Indian to reach Antarctica? Answer Lieutenant Ramcharan. Next question. Who was the first Indian to climb Mount Everest twice? Who was the first Indian to climb Mount Everest twice? Answer Nawang Gomphus Sepra. Next question. Who was the first Indian to win gold medal at Olympic? Who was the first Indian to win gold medal at Olympic? Answer Abhinav Bindra. Next question. What was the first atomic reactor? What was the first atomic reactor? Answer Apsara. Next question. What is the first atomic submarine? What is the first atomic submarine? Answer INS Chakra. Next question. What is the fast intermediate range ballistic missile? Intermediate range ballistic missile. Answer Agni. Next question. The fast test tube baby of India. The fast test tube baby of India. Answer Harsha Chawla. Next question. Who was the first Indian to receive Oscar award? Who was the first Indian to receive Oscar award? Answer Bhanu Athaiya. Next question. Where the first atomic power station is located? Where the atomic power station is located? Answer Tarapur. Next question. Which is the first silent movie? Which is the first silent movie? Answer Raja Harishchandra. Next question. Which is the first Indian talkie film? Which is the first Indian talkie film? Answer Alomera. Next question. Which is the first color film? Which is the first color film? Answer Jhansi Ki Rani. Next question. Which is the first newspaper? Which is the first newspaper? Answer Bengal Gazette. Next question. Who was the first Indian to reach South Pole? Who was the first Indian to reach South Pole? Answer Colonel J.K. Bajaj. Next question. Who was the first Indian to win Golden Globe? The first Indian to win Golden Globe Award. Answer A.R. Rahman.